I clicked the button. I clicked it.
Okay.
Andy, Joel, Knobs.
Hello.
Hi.
Doing a live stream about firmware, and some people want to watch.
We're doing
that.
a live.
Okay, I'm seeing the comments. There's a lot.
Oh baby.
Okay.
Oh,
Can this firmware make it stereo? That's the big question everyone's asking in chat.
What did you see my reply on Instagram?
Oh no, I'm doing a bit from scratch here.
Well, what I said that if we were interested in making the product worth buying, we would do that, but we're not.
Well, I mean, you might be fooling people about what the surprise of the stream is. I mean,
Joel
the firmware update could. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. All right. Hey, welcome to the stream, everyone.
Yeah.
It's Knobs and Joel and some other guy.
Andy. I think most of you know Andy. I thought I would take a minute to introduce you, Andy, because I think I don't need to introduce Joel. Because it's his company. And I think of you as Blooper's godfather, Andy. Like if you have to go away on vacation and you need to leave your blooper with somebody, I would leave my blooper with you.
That's not what a godfather is. That's something else. I think godfather is if you die, then the blooper goes to me, right?
I mean, we don't need to debate what a godfather is.
All right.
Andy, I think you were the first person to use
a
blooper.
Well, and it was in a state that you were not proud of. Very not proud of.
Super not proud of. But you did make it sound nice enough that the NAMM videos were believable.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think you were just kind of integral to this whole voices that I think convinced Joel this was worth doing alongside my own. So yeah, Andy's. That's how I guess I've never said that to you, but I think you've been a big part of this process. And
the Bloop Father.
Thank you. Oh, I like that. That's a good ring to it.
Near Dow says the Bloop Father.
Okay. I will be.
So,
hold on.
So the firmware is out now, everybody. Hopefully you have your bloopers handy and your USB cables
just updated my name.
Like we're doing this, right? We're gonna do the live update. Andy has specifically not updated his blooper.
Yeah, I got this cable right here, and I'm gonna do it with everyone else.
I really hope he has a problem.
I would love if I had a problem too. That'd be pretty good.
I'll just be like, I'll do what I'll always say. And am I muted?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I can. I'll just say, if you have problems, email Zach at chaseblissaudio.com.
Yes.
And he'll help you sort out all your issues.
We really should have had Zach on here. I don't know.
Dude, that guy's been working so many hours. I would feel bad.
Zach rocks.
He's got a dog to walk.
Yeah.
So let's tell you guys about this firmware and why it deserves a live stream. Making updates to Blooper is a pretty nebulous process, and there's always multiple things going on. And what happened this time is, so we have a beta team, and you might see them tonight. And what wound up happening is things were getting completed by Mark, the DSP designer, sent off to the beta team, and while they were testing stuff, he just kept working, and the features kept piling up. And so instead of having a normal firmware release, we wound up with this kind of mega update. And that's what we're going to show you. And I'm pretty happy about it. I didn't know that all of this stuff would get done. I mean, these are features that we talked about from the beginning, but sometimes things don't work. And these things all do work, it appears. So the big new features, I'm going to do... Actually, Andy, are you able to do an update?
Yeah, I was waiting for your word, and I will do it.
I'm gonna do a screen share and kind of walk peeps through stuff here.
Or do you want? I could say I could screen share my screen while I do it.
I mostly just want to know if can you do a screen share?
Yeah, I got the button right there.
Yeah, let's get you doing it.
Let's just do this right.
Yeah. Let's see.
Hope everyone's well out there.
Yeah, how's everyone holding up?
Seems a lot of people are sad right now.
Yeah.
Hey, don't listen to us Americans. What do we know?
Mark's on the comments. Hey, Mark.
Yes.
Okay, so I can share screen. Share screen 2. So look, I'm sharing my screen, and it knows that I have my blooper connected. I see that here.
Ooh.
I think
so.
I'm still seeing you personally.
Yeah, we're not seeing the screen share.
You're in the show. Hold on.
We're in the show.
Look in the backstage. I think my screen is another thing backstage.
Are you the Bloop father?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
You said that's
Holy
what I
smokes.
am.
Double Andy.
Oh, look at this. Oh, this is pro. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was Milbert.
Yeah,
right?
So my romance partner redesigned the look, so it looks like Blooper. Thanks, Milbert. And
So-
we have, so now it's, sorry, go on, Andy.
I was going to say, I'm going to unplug it and see, now it says it's not detected. So I'm going to plug it back in now.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. But, okay, it's plugged in right now.
Hope all you out there are doing the same thing.
Okay, so see, it just detected it, and now it's ready. I didn't even have to refresh the page. Wow.
We can thank our DSP guru Mark Seal for that. Not detected stuff. Real fancy.
Everyone at home,
thing
put
I
your
noticed
hands
here-
together for Mark. What's up?
Well, the first thing I noticed is that you haven't saved any loops and probably don't even like and use this pedal.
I really have a hard time. I really don't like this pedal. So this is where my saved loops would be. Saving loops is cheating. You know?
Okay.
What a
this is
dumb thing to do. No, so I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna update.
Please do.
I clicked it.
So if you used your blooper pedal, you would see that the sessions are filled up. So there's three sections to the firmware loader, which is really more of an interface at this point. You update the firmware itself, and that's where we're going to make changes to the kind of behavior of blooper.
Is it all right if I interrupt you really quick? So there's a lot of comments that are wondering just like where the link is to the firmware. Is there a place on the live stream here where we can put that link, or
I would just leave a comment.
But that's going to get swallowed up. The comments are on fire right now.
In the forever comments at the bottom.
Oh, where are the forever comments?
Below my merchandise.
Okay, is that on the? How do I do that?
As the owner of your channel, you can pin a comment to the top.
So you're saying this should be my responsibility?
I feel like I'm
saying that the power exists should you choose to wield it.
I just don't know how Joel is hosting these things.
No, it's just a link. It's just a link. Do you have the link?
Here, send it to me in the private chat.
Okay, I will send you
hot link chat going on right now.
The link in the private chat is what I'm going to do right this second.
Alex W, that's exactly the case.
Oh wait, I already sent it in the private chat, Knobs.
I'm on it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Back to the comments. All right. I just sorry to interrupt you. It just seemed like there was a lot of link chatter.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is the whole point. So
yeah, this is my job that I'm doing. I'm looking at the comments and responding to them in real time.
Andy, are you frantically saving loops?
No, that just popped up. No, this is. I was going to ask you what this is. It just popped up like this.
Oh, weird. Okay.
We could see what this is. So should I just see what this layer is? It just showed up.
See what happens.
Maybe Andy has a few.
Hey,
a few loops saved after all.
Okay, blooper. All right, let's see what this is, folks. Wow, this is exciting.
Oh, you're getting your wave files.
Oh, it says thank you for choosing blooper.
Oh, okay. So that's the one we loaded when we were testing your pedal and sent it to you. So yeah, that's great.
Oh,
that's all making sense now. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
So thank you. That's what we load on the pedal to test to make sure that the saving system works.
Oh, so this was you didn't even intend to show how well your product works.
Well, we didn't know that you were not going to save over it, and
yeah, I don't save loops.
Yeah, that's fine. No, it's
funny.
Great. Yeah,
that's my process. It's very mysterious and interesting.
Just like you and your face.
Using the pedal.
Yeah.
He's just not using this one little feature knob.
How much time did you guys spend like making this feature that I'm not using?
The save system? Oh gosh. I hope Mark's not listening right now.
Yeah, this is definitely the thing Mark wanted to do the least.
He's like, you guys.
Mark, guys, I'll save a loop sometime soon.
It was hard. It was hard to make the saving a thing.
I mean, it's good.
Mark navigated all kinds of annoying things that he didn't want to do, but I think this is the only one where he was legitimately like, this is breaking the technology, maybe.
I mean, I apologize to everyone. I am sorry.
No, you're yeah.
We can move on. From
Mark's just segment. Shaking his head. I still feel bad though, Knobs. I interrupted you with the comment with the link stuff, and you were kind of saying something poetic, and
I mean, I think you did the right thing. So is everyone feeling good about updating? Does everyone have the code?
I mean, I literally did it.
You didn't need that.
Like, it was that easy, folks.
Well, if you have the right stuff, it's real easy, but sometimes it's if you don't. Like,
I am on a Mac.
If you have a Mac and you have Google Chrome, it's like the simplest thing ever. Yeah. But if you have a PC, you have to download a separate thing, which is a little annoying, and I've gotten some hate mail about it. For like, what's it with you not liking the PCs? And it's like, listen, I have a PC, and I apologize for this. Let's just back up a few steps, that kind of situation.
Step off, buddy.
Yeah. Anyway, usually I haven't heard of anybody that's just like, I can't update and just throws up their hands and say it's impossible. Like, we always figure it out. Just email Zach@chaseblissaudio.com. Don't bother me. We'll figure it out. I'm kind of joking. Not really. Anyway, Knobs, I interrupted you again. I'll shut up for a while.
I think people still don't have the link. It's just in the comments, everyone. The YouTube video comments.
Oh,
or the
those
subreddit
comments.
I'm going to proceed. So
okay.
The blooper interaction page updater is now 3 parts.
Look at those modifiers. Sorry, oh god, I just got excited about actually seeing what the bottom of the page is.
That's okay. We're gonna get there. The top part is for functional improvements. So some people were getting distortion when they were pushing Blooper to the limits. We think we fixed that, so you'll probably want to update to fix that. Then you have a section where you can download your loops layer by layer. There's no way to do them all at once yet, but hopefully we can do that for speed. But it's super nice to just download them layer by layer, and I also think it's nice that you get them like straight from your guitar and not amped. I think that's kind of a nice
so you could like
plus.
reamp them, kind of.
Yeah, or don't
or not.
Amps,
don't
amps.
But also the thing to remember about layers is like layer 8 is going to be, depending on how you've done it, like the summation of all the layers. Like it's not your individual layers. It's here's the one layer, and then layer 2 is layer 2 and 1 together. Unless you've done something mischievous. I mean, I'm saying you could do Blooper in a way where all the layers would be distinct, but
I'm going to take like 30 seconds to explain why it works like that.
Yeah.
Because I think there's like probably 2 huge questions people have about Blooper is like, why can't you isolate the layers or remove the old layers? And why does the length of the layer not change if you record like weird speed modifiers?
Yeah.
If we didn't do the system like this, when you recorded modifiers in additive mode, you would wind up with a mix instead of a complete replacement. So what you'd hear at the output would be, let's say like you've slowed the time right down. If the layer didn't become like a sum, you would still hear your old time and the new time. That would be the only way to separate them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Okay. So that's why we had to do it like that, is it was the only way to really lean into this whole like additively progressing through a journey with your loop. You can't have it both ways. And the whole expanding and contracting the layer with your modifier is, well, I mean, in part that was like a technical limitation, but the other part of it is that there's so many things, again, with additive mode, there's so many ways you can change the loop that if Blooper had to like constantly be reacting to those things, like it would just blow up. It's like an unreasonable thing to ask a machine to do. So it's just
there's similar problems in using a DAW and plugins. You know, it's, if you're familiar with that world, like you have to freeze tracks sometimes. You can't just.
It's a good analogy. Like computers can do anything, but also like they crash. But if Blooper crashes, that's no good, right? You don't have the same expectations.
That's not a Chase Bliss product if I've ever heard of one that crashes.
Yeah, no, not so much.
Yeah.
So
people keep asking me for the link, and I don't know if they're teasing me or not. I think some of them are, because I just keep posting the link over and over again in the chat. And then some guy, Pedro, says, let's make a live stream with an easy firmware update look like a really hard and confusing task. But I don't know if he's teasing me.
Oh, Pedro. Well,
he's got, but you know what? It's fun. We're all having fun here, right?
I'm having fun.
Okay.
Where were we?
And see, like, okay, so this guy here.
Hold on.
Jerry Charles says, I don't think the link is showing for some reason. I'm sure they'll add it shortly. Is he?
No. Here's what's happening. YouTube is taking out any links anyone is posting in the chat because that's the default thing for streams.
So they're not teasing me. They just can't see the link I keep posting.
Literally, where everyone is. Yeah.
I just don't see a way around it.
Okay. Well, yeah.
It's a booby trap. Let's talk about the last thing you could do. You can choose where your modifiers go. Andy
might have a preference.
Now, that is something I would like to talk about.
What do you say, Andy?
Wait, so are you going to explain this alt thing? Because, like, what's up here?
Yeah, so you get to that with the dip switch. And it did nothing before, but it does now. So you have a dip switch on the head of your blooper that will say something.
It will say, as it says
bank A,
and bank B.
And so you can put in a whole other batch of modifiers for your alternate needs.
Yeah, someone had a good idea in chat. Post a link in your Instagram stories with a swipe up thing, Joel.
Oh, is that really going to solve this massive problem?
I don't know.
I don't know if that's going to solve it.
I mean, you can all go to the Blooper subreddit. It's there.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty permanent solution.
Yeah, /r/blooper. Anyway.
Reddit.com/r/blooper. It's there.
Oh, my blooper is not detected any longer. Here we go.
Be there, be square.
It's pinned to the top with instructions.
Okay. So
Andy,
I'm looking at bank A 1, 2, 3, and then alt A 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna check out number 1. Let's see what we got here. We got default. We got dropper, scrambler, smooth trimmer, stepped trimmer. Now, step trimmer seems new.
It sure
also,
is.
I'm literally seeing this for the first time. I have no idea what's in this. By the way,
step trimmer is a great one. Choose that one, maybe.
Okay, I'm seeing the default goes to what happens. Like, what is default? Is there a?
Yeah, so those are just the stock ones. That might not be a helpful way to illuminate it in the long run, but we're going with it for now.
Okay, so smooth speed. If I'm familiar with those three: filter, smooth speed, step speed. Swapper is new.
Swapper is new, and we're going to talk about that later because it makes me really excited, and I won't be able to stop.
And then stutter is new. Both stutters, right? Smooth and stepped.
Mm-hmm. You know what's a helpful thing, Andy? You already got step trimmer in there, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you go down to bank B and choose scrambler in slot 4?
Now, there is not one labeled scrambler.
I sure there is.
Nope, I'm an idiot. It's right there. Continue. I've done what you said. Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind. Change step trimmer to smooth trimmer.
Okay. Now that one was featured previously on Blooper version 1.
Oh, it's not
this
doing
exists.
The thing. I
What?
thought I was about to do a mind-blowing thing. I'm going to try and do it on my end.
My mind is not blown at all.
Here we
What's-
go. Oh, it's Stutter. Okay, change the top one to Stutter.
Which one? Smooth or stepped? Smooth.
Stepped.
Okay. Step stutter. Oh, I got red. I got.
Bueno.
So
Okay,
it's
you know
saying
what?
no. I do feel like I'm being said no to. What's happening here?
So this is a warning because these modifiers hate each other, but we didn't prohibit combining them because it makes fun sounds to some.
I'm trying to think about it, and I think I understand. But yeah.
Do you want to hit us with a musical example?
Well, so okay, so is this active right now on the pedal?
Okay, important detail. The modifier assignment changing, you don't have to click update when you do that. So as soon as you make a change, it's going to happen.
Oh, that's rad. So I could potentially even leave this plugged in while using it, right?
Yep. And
Good job, Mark.
Sometimes it might make
Let's everyone give Mark a round of applause at home. Everyone at home, just put your hands together.
Oh, Mark's in the chat too.
Hey, all y'all kids out there, are you guys on Instagram? Can you do me like a real quick favor and give
Joel's got a
friend
shout out.
our friend Mark a follow on Instagram? 3 Degrees Audio. Instagram.com/3 as in numerical 3 degrees audio. He's a great guy, and he's making some cool stuff too, and he helped us with the blooper. If it wasn't for him, there would be no blooper.
Help is an understatement.
Yeah, that's true.
He typed it. He typed the letters that make it bloop.
Yeah.
Alex has a good question in chat. Do you need to have the most recent firmware to install 2.0, or can you?
Heck no.
Heck no.
Heck no. That's great.
Yeah.
Forgot to use this cool swipe.
Okay, so this is active now. You're saying this?
Yeah, and
now here's an interesting thing.
go.
I had a loop already in here that I recorded before I updated. Surely that's gone, right?
It will be wiped if it wasn't.
Okay. I was like, okay. I just got the status thing is freaking me out. Okay. So I'm gonna record a normal loop of something fun. So I have the thing on so that it just auto whatever the dip switch is to auto
goes straight into overdubbing.
Yeah.
That's another thing not everybody might know about. There is a dip switch. Go on.
Yeah. I was
There's
gonna
a
say.
dip switch. No, I love it when we talk over each other. Let's just keep it going.
Go ahead.
This is another Andy edition for sure. There's a dip switch that has it so on your first recording it will go straight into overdubbing instead of playback when you hit record for the second time because Andy really wanted it.
What? Hey, any feature that was part of the Line 6 DL4 looper is a no. You gotta have that in your pedal or else it's dumb. Okay?
I have to say, it has been nice because there's a lot of people that wanted that, and it's so nice to just be like, yep, it's a dip switch, and they're like, oh, okay, good,
Yeah. So you're welcome.
I
The
guess
Blue
it's kinda-
Father
it's
is
kinda
here.
helpful.
Some people are saying Andy's frozen.
Well, I think
It's
it's
just because he's
because
on the share screen,
I'm on the screen share actually.
Oh, got it. Okay,
which takes priority at the moment.
it really does. It really does.
We'll
So-
get back to Andy.
So I can turn on these modifiers now.
Please do.
So these are the bad modifiers together. We're being warned about them. Step, stutter, and scrambler.
Yeah, bad sound's gonna happen right now.
So I'm going to turn on A.
Well, not a terrible sound.
So this
Yeah.
is just the step stutter. Oh, wait, no, hold on. 1. Sorry, here it is. I was on the wrong switch. Okay.
It's pretty nice. No problems there.
Okay, great. And now I'm going to turn on bank B4. Okay. Now this is what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Hope you pressed record.
I mean, do you want additive or normal?
Oh, it doesn't matter. As long as they're both on, it's gonna sound like that.
Okay.
So anyway, that's that's the sound. That's what happens when you see red on your modifier assignment screen.
Wait, I have to ask because I must have missed this in the Slack. So why are we allowing people to do this?
because that's a useful sound.
No, hold on.
It's
From
like-
a user
oh.
standpoint, allowing a pedal to go too far is preferable, I would say. For
Well,
me,
I mean, too far as a relative, right? I
letting
mean,
it get bad is fine.
Okay, it is red. Like people should know if something's in
I
red.
mean-
It's
I mean, what do you think in the chat? Is Joel right? Should we condemn this combination?
Should we limit your free speech with pedals, or should we censor, whatever?
What's wrong with a little bit of modem noise?
all right. It's fine. Alex says Bon Iver will have it in their next album. So hey,
And listen, hey, that loop got messed up. I just rolled the layers knob back to the original thing. It's fine. No worries.
Oh, Andy.
Daniel, my buddy Daniel's in. Daniel Tashi.
Okay, let's bring back the live Andy. I think people are missing when
People
you
are
move.
clamoring.
Well,
and they can
Josh.
see it.
Josh is in too.
What?
Sammy wants the bad.
So we got the modifiers in then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I'm bringing these layers back in that I recorded. How great. Before it got messed up, and then it got messed up like this.
Andy, can you kill the screen share thing?
Oh, I have to do it?
I think so.
Stop screen.
I don't have all the power.
How are we now?
We're patiently waiting.
I should be okay.
Man,
What's
live
up?
streaming is
I'm having a great time. I'm having a real nice time.
Now, what is
it's a
happening?
doozy.
I'm
Okay.
still frozen? Is that the deal? I can stop cam and
There
then
you
start
oh,
cam.
nice. I can
No,
see
it's still frozen.
I can see it pulse when you speak. It's kind of comforting. It's something. Just need a little bit of dynamic Andy.
Dang. Should I leave the studio and come back really quick if you let me in?
I mean, what's the harm?
What's the harm?
I'll let you back in. So let's take a little moment here. Who's updated? How did it go? Does all of that make sense? We kind of plowed through that faster than I'd planned, but live streams are chaos.
It
as
seems
turns out.
like there's been a lot of success stories, but there's also been people that Mark has been helping. That angel Mark.
Well, that's really helpful.
Dynamic.
You know. So
Always
so
there.
yeah, you know, it's for a lot of people it's really easy, and then sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating depending on what your setup is.
It's wonderful.
All right,
It's
we
wonderful.
good?
I think we're really
We're
good.
back.
Any key questions or comments, Joel? Anything we need to spend some time on?
I'm just like checking the pulse of the chat. It seems like the vibe is pretty good right now. There's not a lot of people demanding links at this point, so
Ooh,
I feel
nice.
like I'm feeling pretty good.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm wondering is where is Paul Ool?
Oh, was he joking when he said he took work off?
No, he really did, and now he's nowhere to be found. It's just
Ooh.
such a nice, comfortable
That's
lull.
slightly disconcerting knowing what part of the country he's in, but
Let me shoot him a text quick.
That is a little disconcerting. So, everybody, who's Paul Ool? Well, once we got to this point, I thought it would be nice if you met the beta team because we have
So underappreciated.
so underappreciated. They make sure that things work before we give them to you, and it's really important.
And sometimes we get frustrated with them because they find shit that we wish they didn't, and it's like, oh, we want to release this, but you've just found a bug, and we're happy with you, but we're also mad.
Grr.
Yeah.
I think I'm more curt with the beta team than anybody in my life.
all right.
All right, Paul. Paul just texted me. He says right now. He said he's hopping on the stream right now. So maybe we should wait a second for Paul. Paul's the big part. Paul is the guy. If you've ever had any kind of a MIDI problem with any Chase Bliss products, he will email you. He will FaceTime you. He will set up a Zoom meeting and make sure that he gets the MIDI stuff in your setup correct.
It's so comforting. It's so comforting. Sometimes I get those emails and it feels like a handoff to be like, oh, I don't know anything about that. But you know Paul's there.
You know Paul's there.
He's going to catch you.
Paul makes you feel safe.
He's going to catch you.
So Knobs, when did you leave this whiskey at the shop here?
It was years ago.
Yep, it's still there, and I'm dipping into it right now.
What is it?
It's Crown Royal limited edition Canadian whiskey.
Ah.
So,
cool.
You know.
All right, y'all, I got big news.
What?
It's Paul.
Paul's
and it's
here.
Chris. And I guess Josh didn't make it. Also kind of concerning.
No, I saw Josh in the chat.
Where's?
He was in the chat. He was in the YouTube chat, so maybe anyway.
Josh.
I'm not trying. Right. Josh, you here, bro?
He can join us. Are you all set, Paul? Give me a flail. That's a flail. You all set, Chris? Beta team, assemble.
Paul.
What's up?
These guys.
What up? What up? Midis.
So now that we talked about Paul a shitload, let's talk about Chris a bit. Because Chris is extremely thorough, and I said it offline, but I'm just going to say it again. The most frustrating beta tester, because it seems like everything's fine, and then Chris finds a bug that all of you would have hated, and then we have to go fix it, and it really sucks. So,
but it's also wonderful because then it makes the releases way better. And I've been working with Chris. Chris, when did we start working together? You found some really weird problems on like one of my first releases, and I was like, I got to be friends with this guy because he went deep.
I was trying not to be really annoying, but I found this thing and I tried to be as detailed as possible in my video, just being like, I think there's a little problem here, but I could be wrong. And Joe was like, oh no, nice job, you found something. And we'll fix it.
Can I send you pedals in the future from like now until eternity to help me find the problems with it? And you said, sure.
I worry about what you've just opened the gates for, Joel, because I think you just said that if people email you with problems, then they get free pedals for life. I think that's what
Zach
you
at
just said.
ChasePlusAudio.com. All your problems.
Zach at, okay.
Chase
Yeah.
Audio.
The thing about beta testing is it seems fun, and I think Chris embodies this really well, is that finding a problem isn't that hard, especially when they're like, when you're in like an early stage of a pedal, they're kind of everywhere. But making it repeatable and explainable is very hard. And there's been a number of times, not just Chris, but everyone on the team, where I just don't even understand how they came to a repeatable conclusion. And the only answer I can think of is like ridiculous man hours, because it just doesn't make sense. You can't like math your way to an answer. So these guys have spent hours and hours with Blooper at its worst, and often when it's making bad sounds too, right? There's lots of stages in development where Blooper would scream at you, like that sound that Andy just did, but like without warning and 10 times as loud. And then it's like, well, let's make that repeatable, so do it again and again until you understand why that happened.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, I'll get a lot of emails that'll be like, hey, if you ever need a beta tester, let me know. And they think it's like a fun job. And it's fun to like work on something together as a team. But like for like a really high quality beta tester, I mean, the thing that was so attractive with Chris and Paul, of course, this is the same qualities that also drew me,
Bruce.
Paul. Is Bruce here?
Oh yeah.
And this is the same with Bruce too. Is Bruce like in? Like, can we invite him in? Is
Oh,
Bruce...
dude, he's in here.
Oh, Bruce.
He's been unleashed.
Okay, so Bruce is also in this same thing where like it's not just that they like emailed me and was like, hey, there's this problem, it made a weird sound one time. It's like step by step took me through. This is what I did to make this thing happen. It's like highly complex and impressive. And so then, yeah, I guess I'm just friends with those people now.
Bruce, how many bottles of alcohol do you have in front of you?
Enough.
Is that some Pliny the Elder I see? Is that the label?
That is a good eye, my friend.
Hell yeah. What's up? Beer nerd in the house.
On the other hand,
Let's go.
Bruce,
So
how's the sky? How's the sky out in San Francisco?
fast for 2 weeks and a Pliny the Elder, I promise you would do you good.
Never mind the sky.
Let me put it on mute. Hold on.
So obviously Josh is also a beta tester because that's what we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what would be interesting? You guys all kind of have your own separate wheelhouses. Oh shit, Paul, did you bring the papers?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I was sitting here testing today actually. These things?
Yeah. Just tell everybody what's going on there.
Well, I mean, we have to make all this stuff up as we go along, like how to test this stuff, you know? It's not like there's a book or like there's not like a employee manual that Joel handed me, right? So
Yeah.
we had to like make this is my Midi testing sheet, and each little red dot is like a separate thing on the pedal that I have to make sure that Midi does. Oh, there's kind of some. Is this backwards or is it right? No, it's right. There's thoughts, you know, like is Midi necessary?
No.
Was it a thing before man discovered it?
Where's hashtag
Like,
cancel MIDI?
I've seen
Like,
Joel
did
use
man
Midi in the
discover
kitchen.
math? Did man invent math or did man discover math?
This is
It's the
why I
same
love
with
this
MIDI.
man. Yeah.
So, you know, then there's one for dip switches too, because that's important.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a lot of the bugs we've had that slip through were like expression things or dip switches. That's rough.
Man, it's really just such opposing vibes between Bruce and Paul right now.
Yeah, I know. Bruce has got a serious vibe. Oh man.
Outside, everything is on fire no matter where we are. So there's a fire from me,
we're both
from
on
me
fire.
to Paul.
Bruce and I are both on fire. How many beers am I behind you? This is the first one.
This is like Nam. This is like Nam all over again.
Yeah, this is Nam.
That's why we call him Bruce.
That's why we call him
I'm gonna
Bruce.
catch up.
All
I'm
right.
gonna catch up.
So Knobs, I feel like you kind of wanted everyone to kind of like walk through something like an individual scenario as part of the beta team, or was I following that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think I'm gonna veer off in a different direction because
Okay.
I think Chris came prepared to make some bloop noises. So let's do some of that for a bit, if you don't mind.
I like bloop noises.
You hear that?
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
Keep fiddling for hours if you want.
That was rad.
I'm finding the step stutter on a ramp with random is particularly cool. If you want to give something a try, it'll because if stutter's on normally, if you just engage it, it'll lock a little mini loop, keep repeating it. But if it's being ramped around, it'll be grabbing different sections of it and different lengths of it, and just really adds this kind of randomized element to it that makes a very cool background.
I totally agree. What a nice segue into this. I hope you all have seen some of these before. Stutter. This is the Bloop Troop, and these are there to help you understand the modifiers. And you can see mystery slicing is one of the tips. Stutter pairs nicely with ramping. And yeah, like Chris said, random ramping in particular is really great. So I think I'm getting a sense, if I'm reading the room, that people want us to talk more about the firmware that this video is about. So I'm gonna do that for a bit. So beta team, thanks a bunch, guys. We lost
Round
Paul.
of applause again.
Yeah, I love you guys. It's making me want to, really excited for actual in-person hangouts at some point in the future.
Yeah. Yes.
You guys are awesome and appreciated, and we're gonna do more stuff. In fact, we have a bunch of features that were almost ready for this release, but we decided to get it out sooner rather than later. So there's more stuff. You guys are gonna be testing it next week probably.
Boy.
So, sober up,
Our
Bruce.
schedule.
Bruce, you're fine, Bruce.
Take
You're
a
fine.
cold shower,
When you
Bruce.
notice.
Bruce is fine.
All right, I'm dropping you guys out. Thanks a
All right.
bunch.
Fine.
Thank you.
Hey, Mark in the chat. Has Joel and Novs told you about my simple modifier ideas
Oh no.
that I promised you people would use, but it'd be super easy?
I didn't know you were gonna spring this on us, Andy.
I've been telling Joel this, and I know Mark is in the chat. I'm telling you, a volume modifier is...
That's it.
Why are you shaking your head?
It's
Is
all right.
it...
You've got the stage, Andy.
How? I mean, this is a real question, Mark. How hard would just a volume modifier be?
Well, I mean, of course, Mark can do that in 1 minute, but
Okay. Get it on the website for me right now, Mark. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Don't do that. But I'm saying I got a list of very simple modifiers like that you could do very cool things
we're
with.
gonna have to do the Andy signature.
The pack, it'll be
Yeah.
$25.99 on chaseblissaudio.com.
Like we need a serial
Where you get
serial
to
code for the blooper update.
Yeah, and you got to use an iLock 2 plugged in to the USB outlet.
Oh, you better order those now, Joel, so we can get them in time.
Okay.
iLock.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty important technology in 2020.
Hey, you don't want people stealing your modifiers, you know?
All right, I'm gonna show some of these features if that's okay with you, Andy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's your show.
It's fine. It's a really good modifier idea.
Yeah.
That was meaner than it should have been. So
it was deserved.
Here we go. Let's wipe over to this. So I was intending to do some practical stuff tonight, everyone. And
look at that.
And here we are. There's a blooper with a loop on it. Yes. So, you know what? I'm gonna open up my own firmware update thing here, and let's just for a moment share that screen.
Such a cute whale.
Yeah,
it is cute.
My pal Jess knitted that for me. So, Chrome tab. Everyone seeing the stuff?
I see it. Oh, it looks like you're saving some layers, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, real cool.
Notice that I use my blooper. So I've got all of the new modifiers in Bank A, and I'll go through them pretty quick, or maybe at a leisurely pace. You can see this red thing again if you just came into the stream. If you are updating your modifiers and you see that, it means that there are two modifiers that will clash. And you know, something to be aware of. They're gonna make modem noises. You may or
the
may
red
not
sound.
like it.
That's a good one. I like that.
Like a few of you will like it, and we left it in there for you, unless Joel makes us change it. So,
and
yeah,
really, it's just so you don't email someone, right? Like, hey, it was red, bro. Like,
yeah. Well, it's helpful to know, because otherwise you think you're in the clear. Like this is not for the faint of heart.
Right.
All right, so the modifier assignment thing, as a quick reminder, I'm just going to do the whole thing all over again while I'm in here before I cut back. You have these 3 blocks in the blooper page now. You can update the firmware. That's for just basic performance, avoiding distortion noises, which some of you were getting before. That's in this latest fix. You can also download the WAV files for your loops as individual layers. You just got to click them, and it will happen. And you get a little readout.
And what's the quality of those? Is it 44:1 for the WAV files? Is
What
it
did
full
we land on,
res?
Joel?
Sorry, I'm texting Kelly.
Oof.
What do we...
Resolution of the WAV files pulling off a blooper.
Oh, Mark, what is the resolution when you export? Because I think it might be different than the sample rate that we actually have on the device. I feel like we talked about that. Let's see what Mark's has to say.
I'm sure there's people, if they want to throw it in their DAW, there's like a
I want to say we decided on something pretty standard, but Mark, I'm waiting for Mark to comment. We're on a little bit of a delay, so
Chad Hansen's asking the big questions out here.
That's one of my guys, Chad. What's up?
All right, so I'm going to just keep moving while Mark chimes in. Yeah, so that's downloading, and then here you can assign any modifier you want to any slot. One important thing is that you still can't duplicate modifiers. So there's just, when you choose the slot, it's still drawing like that would require double the processing and is a whole can of worms. So just so you can choose filter here and here, if you turn them both on, the second one just won't do anything. So don't get too excited. So we got these 3 new modifiers. We actually have 4 because we've done stutter and smooth and stepped. Honestly, I think stepped is better in almost all cases, and I'm really glad we have step trimmer now. But whatever, we left them both in there, except for speed. Ooh wee, smooth speed is fun. Okay, so let's get that. And I'm just gonna quickly play those now and give you a little window into what these new modifiers can do.
Oh, and Mark did just say 32K 24-bit. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You guys are hearing my audio's fine?
Thanks, Mark.
You know what I'll do? I'll just go from scratch so that we're all on the same page here. So this is going to be a pretty weird way to make a loop, but it'll be fine. All right, cool. So that's a strange loop. Our first modifier is step trimmer. If you have a blooper and use it, it should be pretty familiar.
Oh my gosh.
So what trimmer does is it creates little micro loops from your bigger loop, and you can either pull, so you can, like a finger example, you can pull the end towards the beginning, or you can pull the beginning towards the end. What this new modifier does is it allows you to do this in a more rhythmic and precise way. So all of the changes that the trimmer does are going to kind of fall within musical subdivisions, so you can easily like half time your loop. At maximum, it's 32.
Hey Daniel, no, you just choose them and they're there. It's pretty rad.
So
Sorry, I just had to make one quick comment. I just wanted to say hi to Kelly because she's watching. I don't know why. That's my
Hi,
wife.
Kelly.
And she's making me a salad, a steak salad, and she just sent me a picture of it. And it looks super good.
Wow.
So it's pretty exciting shit. Anyway, sorry, Knobs. Go back to to it.
I'll dedicate this sound to your steak salad, and Kelly. So this is 1/32 of this loop, which was short, so it sounds like gibberish. But you know, that might be helpful depending on the length of the loop you made. Overall, I feel it's more useful, and also moving it around in real time is way more rewarding in this case.
Yeah, the real-time trimmer movement was kind of subtle, or like, I don't know. This just does more in a real-time sense.
Yeah, to me, moving this in real time, I'll pull up the little guy for this because it kind of talks about that. Sorry, we're in step trimmer here. Here's a little step trimmer guy. I'll mute it. I feel that moving around the knob with step trimmer can give you a sound like Scrambler, but that is under your control. So if you want to just kind of throw in these random moments, or, you know, whatever. I mean, you could be precise too, but if you want to throw in these moments of kind of scatteredness, that was a cool sound. Step trimmer is great for that. So it's fun to move around and useful, and we should probably do a better job of sharing these cards because I think there's some useful information in here. And,
yeah, I should get them on the website and things.
Yeah, maybe. To me, these cards are designed. They're actually designed to be kind of like deeper dives into what these modifiers are capable of, because they're all pretty simple on their own. But once within the context of Blooper, they're more versatile than they appear a lot of the time. So that step trimmer, like I said, it should be pretty familiar, but there are some perks that come with it. Whoa, I recorded. Is that your salad?
Those are solid steak strips. Damn.
Okay, so the second modifier is stutter. And stutter is a lot like trimmer, but instead of bringing the end towards the beginning or the beginning towards the end, it just picks up wherever you happen to be. If you do it really fast, you get kind of like a time stretching effect, which would sound more obvious if this loop wasn't chaos. It's like bloopery all over again. This is sometimes known as like beat repeat. It's a pretty familiar effect, and it's a really nice performance effect for like emphasis. But you know, so many of these things are designed with additive mode in mind, and that's where they kind of come to life. Yeah, but I know a number of people did ask for Stutter, and in many ways it is more versatile and gives you like a similar feeling to Trimmer. But you know, you don't have to choose the beginning or the end as one half of your micro loop.
Nice.
And what's unique about the Stutter that we did for bloopers, you can go, you can play whatever just played or whatever's about to play. I'm not actually sure which is like the normal behavior. I think it's whatever just played. So if I don't know what else, like a lot of samplers have this feature. I think when you kick it on, the moment that it's at will become the endpoint, and it will play backwards from there, or like set another beginning point.
Oh, interesting.
But with Blooper, you can do it the other way around. Just another option that you can mess with. In this case, I don't really have a clear reason for why we did that. There's two sides of the knob. We should use them both. Someone will find a reason.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's pull up the little bloopy troopy boy for Stutter here. DJ time. So it latches on.
Folks, you want to add some suspense to your music? You want to add some remixing or some performance to your performances? Try Stutter.
I have to hop in here because I stutter in Knobs the other day.
I didn't even.
Knobs texted me the other day. He's like, "Oh, hey, is this weird that there's a modifier called Stutter?" And he's like, "I'm writing up the copy for for the Bloop Troop, and just kind of hit me that maybe this isn't appropriate." And I said, "Hey, as long as you like don't make fun of stuttering actively, we should be fine." And he said he could do that, so it's all good.
Man, when I'm writing, it's like very stream of consciousness, and I think it occurred to me because I was kind of writing a joke. I was writing like I was like, stutter your friends, like stutter your mom. I was like, no.
It's like this is the way it sounds when Joel talks because of his disability.
It was a near miss, I'll admit. I'm glad we had that check-in.
Hey, it's all good, man. We're friends. We're all friends here.
Is everyone still having fun? Am I being focused enough with my content?
Well, let's see if they. I mean, I think this is what they want. Like they want to know how the new modifiers work and stuff. So,
few. But we do have another guest coming on soon because you don't know it yet, but he's essential to what's happening right now. Oh boy. So we have one more new modifier. So, and this one, hold on, I'm going to cut back to myself for a second because it's just, we need a little check-in. This one is my favorite modifier at this point, but it's a little nebulous. I think it seems more boring and simple than it is. So, come in with an open mind, and I think, in a way, I think that this will probably lead to the most new sounding music. That was like a discovery I had. This is an idea that was partly influenced by the Blooper subreddit, and it's impossible to know how these things will work and feel once you start making music with them. And I immediately had this thought when I was using it in my own looping, like this is going to lead to new music, just for me personally, but that will probably apply to other people. It just allows me to do completely new things. So without further ado, we're going to be looking at Swapper. So at its simplest, Swapper, actually, one more talky talk. Swapper is unique because it actually has 3 positions. And what it allows you to do, it allows you to replace parts of your loop. And you can either replace it with silence or with your playing. So 2 of the positions are dynamic, so they react to your playing, and 1 position is manual. I'll actually do the manual one first. So check it out. At noon, as soon as you overdub with Swapper on, your loop is going to go quiet. So you can insert these.
This is a dumb thing to say, but your button is on, right? The modifier button on the bottom.
I also
I
also think for this stuff you might just want to take over the entire screen so
Yeah,
people can really
yeah.
see it.
Oh yeah.
Get us out of here.
Here I come, y'all.
Yes, so much
All
better.
right. So as Andy pointed out, you can see from the glow on my fingers, maybe the modifiers are on. They do nothing when they're off ever.
I'm stupid sometimes, and I start messing with stuff, and then I realize I gotta turn the dang thing on. You know.
It's a good question, and I think that even though it's simple, Swapper can trip people up, and yeah, so that's why we're gonna linger on it for a moment here. Yeah, so I muted a little part of my loop there. And that can be useful sometimes. Not right now. I'm gonna undo it. Okay. The other two positions are dynamic, and on the counterclockwise side, basically whenever you play, you're gonna mute the loop, and the further towards minimum, let's say, you go, the more sensitive it's gonna be to your input. And we've designed the extremes to work with like the widest range of stuff possible. So if you just touch your guitar strings, which is what I'm doing, it's gonna mute. And at minimum, yeah, at minimum it's tuned to like basically only trigger at like the peak of a kick drum. So I think those are useful settings. We can also refine that over time. And yeah, so it's muting, but you know, if you're recording in additive mode, what you're doing is replacing, and that's why it's called swapper and not muter, is the sound you use to trigger it will be put in place of whatever was muted, right? So I'll do an example.
Would you say this is everyone's favorite modifier now, isn't it? Like everybody on the beta team, everybody loves this modifier.
My little brain is spinning on it, I'm not gonna lie, you know, right now.
It's it does things. Behold. So you're getting these little stabs within your loop where there's no sound at all except for that thing that you inserted.
Nice. Yeah, it is like side chaining.
It's kind of like side chaining, and oh, I just destroyed it. See, I think that sounds great. We're down here. But there's this whole other side, and yeah, I'll stop again. And the other side to me is where the magic happens. So on the counterclockwise side, you're setting the threshold. So if you have specific sources you want it to react to and not others, that's good. On the clockwise side, what you're doing is you're setting how long it takes to fade down into silence, and that's where you get into the nuance. So.
Could you call it a release, or is that not correct?
Yeah, I guess it's like kind of attack and release into silence.
Okay.
The times are equal. I'll show you an extreme example first. It takes a long time.
That's a lot slower than I thought it was going to be. That's nice.
Yeah, so that's the extreme. But it's the other stuff that, to me at least, gets exciting because it sounds very soft and cloudy. Not cloudy enough.
More clouds. Ooh, yeah.
And you can get into some really unique places there where it's like a very dynamic, like push and pull with the loop. And then and with points of emphasis if you choose, because if you sustain the note, it'll stay muted.
Right. And this is cool because this is your real-time playing. You're not recording this.
No, but you can, and when you do, one thing that I've noticed is very nice is you can start to eat away at your loop or like soften it, so you can play notes that aren't really intended to be these like featured melodic things or whatever. They're not really supposed to be part of the song. You're only playing to like sabotage what's already in there and soften it. So I'll just start doing it.
Another destruction option. I love it.
So none of the notes I just played are like super obvious, but you're just going to notice these like sags and dips that happen in the loop that just make it sound like, yeah, softer overall.
Yeah, it is like the envelope setting on food a little bit.
And so that's what's up with Swapper. And I'll do one more thing really quickly. If you just start a loop from scratch in additive mode with Swapper, what winds up happening is that the layers like eat into each other as you go. And so everything is just kind of fading and swelling. It's like automatic ambient thing.
Hey, you're talking my language.
Created specifically for Andy.
Yes.
It's no volume modifier, but it'll do.
I mean, hey, the technology will be there someday to do a volume modifier.
So it's like a very strange tremolo is acting on it, but completely sporadically and
Yeah, I was
completely
gonna
up to your movements.
I was gonna say it sounds very sporadic, but you could also add so much more movement just by ramping that little section too. Like you could have it be super dynamic and just
Totally.
be responding differently for every note, kind of. That'd be really cool.
And then, you can turn that modifier off and it's just in there. So those are the new modifiers. I'd like to do something quickly for my own satisfaction before we bring our next buddy on. Well, first off, does anyone have any questions about those modifiers? I'll get myself out of solo mode here. Anyone have questions about those things? Well, anxiety machines typing gibberish.
Oh, I thought I loaded in the Swapper modifier to my loop. It's not working.
Yeah, Silvario, it is. And I've never had a BlackBerry. I don't know where that cable came from. All right, I'm going to leave this up to you, Joel, if anyone has any like specific questions about
we
that.
might want to wait just like a few minutes here because people are on a little bit of a delay from, when they see.
We'll just keep an eye on it.
I think you're doing a nice job though, Knobs.
Yeah, I'm just going to bring up the Swapper card.
I really need to get all these cards in a PDF and have them be really part of the website.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. The question I was going to put out to the chat is, I have a suspicion that additive mode is still kind of, if not intimidating, kind of unrewarding for a lot of people, and they steer away from it. I could be wrong, but I would love to know what people in the chat, how often you use additive mode, if it's like your normal, because it really kind of was the reason this pedal was made, and I still think the best part of it. So I just love to know if maybe we need to like provide more support materials or whatever to help people like make the most of it. So that's the question. In the meantime, Swapper. So these are, I kind of just talked through a lot of the things that it can do. In fact, all of them. But these cards are your friends to remember these things, because you surely don't want to watch this video over and over again. Back to the live chat. On that note, while we wait for those comments to come in, actually, yeah, let's take a minute here. I see some responses. Additive mode's the only mode I use. Only use additive. Okay, well,
I only use additive.
This is very encouraging. This is great. truly, I kind of just thought that was maybe like wasted. Yes.
No.
Oh,
No.
look at Anxiety Machine. That's a fun ratio. That's nice to see. Who cares about normal mode? Psh.
Bunch of squares using normal mode over here. You know.
What else do we got? Additive. This is great. All right, without further ado,
Additive was, that was the whole point of this pedal for you. This was,
For me, yeah.
Well, for the Bloop Father and also for knobs.
100%.
And I don't know if you've said this, Joel, but you reached out to me directly and asked what kind of pedal I would want, and I even sent you back like a diagram, and you were like, "Oh, Knobs is already making this." So,
well, to be fair,
it was like,
you mostly described the Strymon.
Well,
El Capistan.
No, I wanted an El Capistan like plus 4 things, which is like such small thinking now that I think
big mood.
It was part of it. I felt like it could do most of that and then more. Like we were definitely keeping all that stuff in mind,
right,
with the additive. And anyways, I'm gonna bring on Eric because I like Eric a bunch, and he's just another one of these people helping out in the background.
Well, we should also say that I shouldn't interrupt you. You're probably getting to this about the Bloop Troop.
Yeah, dude, do it.
Oh, well, he designed the Bloop Troop. So the cards that that everyone wants access to that I don't have on the website, he designed these. So that's great. Also, we made a shirt.
Hi, Eric.
I'm going to go get the Bloop Troop shirt.
Hi. Joel, I did a lot more than that, too.
What?
I did a lot more than that.
Oh.
Like your booth.
Well, I mean... yes, a lot of the things. Okay,
just give Eric the Dewey.
Eric made the robots, and yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's an Eric design, right?
I did that. That's my baby.
These little pins.
That's the thing I'll ever have to the sun.
Gosh, these are cute.
Very cute.
I've got an idea. I'm gonna go get one of the shirts for the Bloop Troop because I don't know what to do with them, and I got an idea.
So, welcome, Eric. I bet a lot of you have seen Eric's work, aside from all of this Chase Bliss stuff. He does this rad illustration of a pedal board with all these funky descriptions for the names, and other stuff. I feel like I just come into contact with your work every now and again, not even by following you on Instagram. Very signature style, very free knees at the moment.
I'm not agreeing with any of this.
You came prepared to make sounds, and I think we should do it.
You want me to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nobody wants me to talk about drawings.
Well, sorry, I've been gone. I just want to talk about the Bloop Troop a little bit. So we made a shirt, or Eric made a shirt, and this is the Bloop Troop, but these are the old modifiers.
Oh no!
But that's fine. But here's the thing. I haven't put them anywhere because we've just been so busy. So anybody, dude, this is gonna be hard. Anybody that's in the USA,
That's me.
because the shipping is gonna be outrageous if I make this international. That emails me in the next 24 hours and says I want one of the Bloop Troop shirts. I will send you one for free.
Oh my God.
So you need to email me at
Your email is going to crash, Joel.
No, there's like only 300.
No. Hey, folks at home, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Tell Joel that you will beta test his. Tell Joel the biggest bug you found in one of his pedals, and you will get a free T-shirt and a free Chase Bliss pedal for life.
JOEL at chaseblisaudio.com. But I have to say USA only because
oh boy,
it's just going to be too expensive to ship it to international right now, and I'm really sorry.
You guys gotta move closer, man. Just
J-
come on over here. It's really
if you guys have a friend in the US,
don't listen to Eric. It's fine.
It's literally on fire outside.
No, don't listen to him. He's lying. It's fine here. We're all good.
So yeah, let's get rid of some of these Bloop Troop shirts. And I know that I want to give them to you guys because I know the people that are watching the live stream right now, like you are into the Bloop Troop, and I wanna get you a shirt. So yeah, shoot me an email. Joel, Joel at chaseblissaudio.com. Let me know your address.
Audio semaphore. I don't think we can go up to the border and shoot a cannon.
Okay,
I think that would be good.
I've already got 3 emails that just say like I want a shirt. Can you send me your address?
They just know it's gonna sell out in 5 minutes like ayahuasca.
We have all the sizes. I think this is we have small up. Well, no, I think we have a double X. Double X is probably the biggest. Anyway, email me, Joel, Joel at chaseblissaudio.com, and hopefully if you have a U.S. address, because I can't do international, too expensive. Okay, I'm done.
Sick.
All right, Eric, hit us with some whale noises.
Yo, so this is all additive, buddy. Additive for you, Scott.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
I got the mood in there too, which is not for you, Scott. That's for you, Joel.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mood's all right.
Man, there's nothing better than hearing a bunch of people laugh at you after you get done playing music.
Yeah.
That feels fucking great.
Yeah. Hey, it's ambient music though. It's so lame. What else can you do?
I just laugh when I don't know what else to do. It's a defense mechanism.
Eric, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything about you. You know,
Yeah.
your musical taste, your artistic taste, all your talents and your skills.
Dude,
I just met you, but you seem pretty handsome too.
He's very handsome. Oh my gosh, how many emails? Oh golly, I regret my decision.
How do I do it just Eric?
I have 94 emails.
Well, yeah.
What have you done?
yeah, what did you think was going to happen?
You just basically need to hire someone else to do whatever you just did.
Still
There
though,
he
guys,
is.
please send me your address. There's so many in here that I can just tell that I just says I want a shirt. I want a large. Okay, I don't know where to send your large shirt.
Send me large shirt, Joel. Send me large shirt.
Joel, can't you just put it as an attachment on the email?
Yeah, just send him a picture of it then. Like, here you go.
Oh man. Okay. Oh, why did I do this? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right, this is gonna be fine.
There's a steak salad waiting.
This is gonna be fine. This is gonna
How
be
is
fine.
that steak salad?
No, it's. I don't know if I should have done this, guys. I'm gonna have to do this. There's no employee of mine that is gonna be with all the shit we are so backlogged right now. And I'm like, hey, can you send 200 shirts? This is not good.
Are any of you guys watching this stream? People who work at Chase Bliss?
No,
They better not be.
I literally am gonna have to pack all of these, because no one's this is not okay. But it's fine. It's good because I appreciate all you guys a lot that you're listening on here.
Wait, Eric. Hey, Eric. I second the motion to play Corn through the blooper. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm in solidarity with that.
You want me to try?
I say you don't try, you just do. Is
Yo,
what I
okay.
would say.
So this is the only Korn song I know.
Can't wait. Yes, dude.
That was really nice. In like a horrifying way.
That's Corn for you, though.
Yeah.
That's the Chase Bliss sound in a box right there.
That's tone, you know?
I have to say some of the messages in these emails are so nice. I feel this. This was a weird decision by me, but there's a lot of nice words in these emails. So thanks about that. Back to Corn.
I think Corn was the second time I ever realized that music could truly horrify.
Watch what you're about to say. Okay. Just watch yourself.
It just scared me. I don't think I was even in a position to have a judgment call. I was just afraid.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
I thought I was doing that. I'm like, holy.
Right? Oh. I can't do it. What? You guys got the joke. It's fine. We got it.
Haha, I thought we weren't supposed to laugh after performances, so I can't.
Well. Anyway.
Yeah, Eric's great. I mean, most of the people that I wanted to bring on are well, because that's the point, Eric. Damn it. Eric is one of these people who has been helping a whole bunch, and you may not know that. So here he is.
Mm-hmm.
And for these things that we have failed to properly share with you, we did way more work than we should have, and by we I mean Eric.
It's my only way to actually be involved in the gear world because obviously I can barely play guitar.
You stop it.
I don't have to, solder a single thing. So what else do I have to offer?
Well, that handsome face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry. I just realized how to do that, so I'm doing it a lot now. All right. I guess you can just keep hanging out. I don't even know what's next. We do have one more guest. Does anyone have more practical questions about the firmware? Because otherwise, we'll just hang out some more.
I got it better.
All right. I guess I'll drop you out, Eric. Thanks a bunch.
Thanks, Eric. Love you, buddy.
My
Yeah,
dude.
Eric.
Whole bunch of shirts going out tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay, rad. Josh asked if Eric's taken.
Actually, I don't know if Eric's taken.
Is he still here?
Gotta learn
Eric,
more
are you
about Eric.
taken?
Nubs, you can't do that to a man. You can't just bring him back on a stream when he's not ready.
I wouldn't do it to
Oh
just
my
anybody, but
God.
it felt like Eric could handle it. But he's gone, so maybe I should just.
Oh, there he is.
The,
Eric, are you taken?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. All right, I'll back off.
people were asking. All right, I'll let you go.
Yeah. It's all right.
All right, cool.
It's my first live stream, guys. I don't know how to edit it.
No, that's good. That's really good. What just happened?
I'm not surprised he's taken at all.
Me neither. Holy cow. I just met the guy.
You guys want to hold it down for a second? I didn't bring a second beer. It seems like that part of the stream.
Oh, yeah. It's time for the interlude with Joel and Andy. Ready?
Take it away.
We're gonna play some tunes, right? In between. We're gonna really entertain everybody. Let's see. I'm gonna change modifier 2 to the step stutter. Ooh. I want to ramp this modifier. Ramp mod A. Bounce. All right. This is very cool. I don't know what's happening with ramping though. Hi, Knobs, you're back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot to turn the modifier on while I'm ramping it. That's part of the problem. You ever do that? Start ramping a modifier and then nothing's happening. You got to turn the thing on.
Yeah. We're only human.
Noel Larson. Yeah, the whole stream is going to be archived, and at some point we're going to get more, content of all this stuff. Like I want to make a video of that shows you how to update the pedal. And I'll probably get on Knobs to try to do some more content on the modifiers themselves.
Yeah. I mean, the reason we're doing a live stream is because I thought it would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
And also I just moved.
Yep.
So my house is a disaster and there just wasn't time to do stuff.
And I mean, we're let's face it, we're really proud of this release. This is approaching what we really had in mind at the onset for Blooper. So we wanted to make it a little bit of a thing,
Yeah. And I had no idea how many people would come, and it's a great many of you. So that's exciting. And actually,
I think we ordered 200 of these shirts.
Uh-oh.
And we're definitely gonna run out by all the emails I'm getting.
First come, first serve.
Because we're gonna run out of some of the sizes. So yes, I have to say, I'm gonna go from the first email I got, and I'm gonna start shipping these. And when I run out, I run out. Okay.
I'm using a new modifier right now, folks. I'm ramping the step stutter.
Oh, this is
that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really nice to me.
Andrew has an interesting question. He said, is there a way to download the session WAV files without the internet? And I don't think Mark's here anymore. Oh wait, no, Mark is here.
Yeah, I don't think that's dependent on the internet at all.
I think you could just
This might be dumb. You can download that web page.
Sure
you could just download the HTML file.
I believe so.
And then you could pull it up.
The HTML file basically runs like a program within Chrome. So I think the only thing that'll happen is the font. The only thing that relies on the internet is the font. So the rest of it you can do. Yeah. Download and go, y'all. All right, let's bring on Andrew. You ready, Andrew? Give me a flail. All right. So here he is. And I probably did this in the wrong order. Welcome, Andrew. I'll introduce you quickly, and then I'll show what you've done.
Okay, cool.
You prefer Brazil and Brazil.
Yeah, that's what my friends call them.
Okay. I became aware of Brazil's work with he does like these bloops of the day on Instagram, And what immediately struck me about them is that they're kind of like what I had imagined when we first started working on this pedal. And it's like a heavy reliance on additive mode and building things up and just, you know, creating sounds that you couldn't do any other way. They just struck me. And yeah, so what happened is I sent Andrew the firmware in advance because I wanted some examples of how you could use it musically. And, you know, clearly we cannot provide that. So we needed to source some help. Andrew's the cavalry, and he made this little video for us, which kind of focuses on Swapper. Let's play it. Wahoo!
That is so fucking good. I hope it's okay to swear.
Oh, thanks.
Man, alive. That ruled.
I love it. That licks have been stuck in my head since you sent me the video.
Oh, the lead, like the kind of old sounding.
Knobs, that has to be so satisfying for you to watch.
Yeah, it really is. Like, using it for myself is very nice, but this is way more satisfying and exciting for me.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that's what you hoped people would do.
Totally. And there's definitely days where, I don't know, this stuff matters to me, even though there's the world is burning. Like I just, you know, part of me is like, should we have made this adjustment or that adjustment? So it's really nice to see someone that makes it a part of their work. And the thing is, Andrew's doing some really cool stuff. You're currently scoring the basketball game 2K21. Is that right?
That is correct.
And is most of, or is all of your work scoring games? It seems like a big chunk of it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're like trying to be a composer or just a musician, you have to go. It's like I had a day job and then I quit because I got this, and before that I had another 2K 19, and then I had a movie before that. So it's like, I would like it to be, more steady. But right now it's just 21, 2K 21.
It's rad. I've played those games. I've hooped.
I tried to play the last one. I got a copy from the production company, and I hooked up my my Switch, and it was like too hard. I couldn't play it. I didn't even get to like the point where I would hear any of my music.
So you were saying like kind of tell us a bit about what you're doing for that project and how you're going about that musically.
Yeah. So one of the things that I worked into it is Blooper, and it's not in that it is featured on in some scenes, but mostly I use it as this kind of like living bed that I put other stuff on top of. Like I'll get my drums and maybe the bass too, and then I'll record like 2 or 3 bloops that are a few measures long, and so I'll record them while I'm listening to what's on screen, and then I'll play it back along with Pro Tools, and I modify everything while I'm playing it. So it's a little off the time, and it feels like a performance tool it's a different kind of performance because it's all there already, but you can just focus on like messing it up a little bit to make things sound alive and add detail.
Do you ever sync it with the drums, or do you just let it be free?
I have tried to sync it with the drums. I have the MIDI box, and it works sometimes. It doesn't always work. So I've gone back and forth with that. Lately, I've just been doing it without, and if it gets out of sync, I'll just, in between beats, I'll stop it and press play again while I'm recording. So like, realign it while I'm recording, basically.
Cool. This is a brief aside, but in the comments, I would love to know how many of you are syncing your blooper to drum machines or anything, like using it in that capacity where it's hard synced to some kind of source.
Now you've been getting mad at people for not using certain features of Blooper. Will you be berating these people as well if they say no?
Well, I assume the people that will just say no, so I won't.
But
I gotta give another shout out. I gotta give another shout out to Paul here because he made a really cool YouTube video that showed customers using it in that context. That was really interesting. Have you seen that, Knobs?
I have. I was actually blown away. I'm sorry we didn't bring that up when Paul was here because he went ham on that.
I don't know if I've ever heard someone say that they went ham on something. Is that a new?
You've never heard that?
Is that a new hip thing that the kids say?
That's
or
not new or hip, I think.
I have a
Buck
YouTube
Wild.
video for you. Yeah, Buck Wild. They're in the same.
Buck,
Well,
I've heard Buck Wild, but I would say ham is.
It's the same.
It's coming up.
Going ham is going Buck Wild, man.
Okay, guys. You can't just use another word that everyone's heard of and say it's like that and make me feel dumb. Like no one says something's ham. Or
well, like the kids now say it's lit. That's what it is.
Yeah, again, I've heard that a million times. I've never once heard someone.
Ham is old. That's like what your dad said.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I have a good YouTube video for you, Joel.
All right.
You guys seen that where the guy sings a song about ham? Well, it doesn't really describing it's no good. Let's talk about Andrew.
Yes.
Do you want to play stuff? Are you equipped to do that?
I am. I don't know how good it's going to sound, but I will try. I don't have like my interface here, but I've got my amp and some of my pedals.
Well, just hit us with a little ditty, because otherwise we're going to talk about ham.
All right. Let's see here. All right. I have a pre-recorded little rhythm here. Can you hear it?
Doing good. Yep. Yeah, dude, that was awesome.
Hell yeah.
I really enjoy it. And the kind of lo-fi-ness of... Are you just using, like, computer speakers?
No, it's like the mic, yeah. Yeah, it's just a MacBook.
It's cool. It's kind of just fluttering. I don't know. It all fits. I really love it. I'm looking forward to checking out more of your stuff. And, yeah.
Yeah, Andrew, do you, do you have any, obviously you're a composer and, you're doing your stuff, but do you have any releases or any other spots that we could find your music?
Yeah, definitely. It's everywhere just under my full name, Andrew Brazel. It's like kind of, the newer stuff is kind of like wall-to-wall surreal pop.
Okay.
Crazy stuff going on.
Into that?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Fun.
Cool.
That's awesome. You just Google your name and
yeah, it's
if you want to, maybe.
iTunes, YouTube, wherever, through those distribution services that just flash-rate everywhere.
Sweet. Well, thanks for joining us here, and yeah, I want to work with you more on stuff. I think it's really exciting to see, and I just wanted to kind of bring you out here because it's just rad. These things kind of just came, like making Blooper from nothing, and then seeing the music you were making with it was pretty moving and inspiring. So I appreciate it.
Thanks. I appreciate it, and I don't know, it's been a huge help to me. Because I do all the stuff for these composition jobs myself and mix it and master it and all that stuff, and it's a time saver and it adds more depth. I don't know. It's just been immensely helpful to me.
Heck yeah! Maybe I'll play some basketball video games this year.
All right.
Just to soak it up. All right, man. Well, I'll send you on your way.
Yeah.
Thanks a bunch.
Good to talk to you guys.
And yeah, we'll chat soon.
How do you spell your last name again?
BRASSELL.
Two S's and two L's. Cool.
Thanks.
Tight.
Thanks, Andrew.
It was great.
All right, man. Enjoy your evening.
You too.
Damn, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That sounded really good.
That was ham.
Kind of messed me up a bit.
That was ham.
I feel like
Straight up.
he's really good at the earworms. Like, I'm just hearing it now.
Yeah.
It's over, but I'm hearing it.
Well, it's ham.
Yes, it is.
We got to have
What's
Eric.
up with
We
you,
have to have
Andy?
Eric do like a ham.
What's up with
logo.
me?
Oh,
I'm- I've been thinking about where I want my modifiers to go.
Yeah.
Right now, I've got banked B with only stepped modifiers. So it's step speed, step stutter, step trimmer.
Ooh,
keep it
steppy
light.
guy.
And then I'm having filter on bank A so that I can have filter and step speed on different modifiers, which
Hey,
is what everyone's been asking for, right?
Do you think stepped filter would sound cool?
Yes.
Yeah.
Should we make a step filter?
Why not?
Never really occurred to me.
Keep
It'd be
Mark,
really easy.
keep
I
Mark
think
busy.
is Mark still hanging?
If he,
Might be.
as long as Mark can't figure out
Hey,
that
guys,
modifier.
if I know Mark, this is exactly what Mark's doing right now. He's got the NFL game on mute, but he's watching it and then or maybe he has us on mute and is watching the NFL game, but is monitoring the chat.
Time will tell.
Yeah, we'll see.
A step filter could be cool.
Eric says he can draw some ham.
Thanks, Eric.
What a gem.
So, all right, let's take a second here for... Should we just tell everybody what the next modifier is?
Oh, heck yeah. Break that news. I don't even know. I want to know.
Mark's here.
Is he?
Mark, are you watching the game? You got it on mute or do you got us on mute? Maybe... If he has us on mute, he wouldn't be able to hear me. Oh,
NFL's on mute. All right.
NFL's on mute. All right. All right. Sorry, I interrupted you again, Knobs.
Man, so many of the work trips and coding sessions, not so many, like basically everyone, our most productive sessions were with football games on mute.
Yep.
Nobody talking at all, just working. Like that's when the magic happened.
So fun. Like so stressful, but like so nostalgic, especially now because that was the kind of stress that felt so good in a weird way. It was still stress and we wanted to get it done, but we were working on this thing and it's all about the journey, right?
This pedal scared the shit out of me. That's some real live stream talk right there. There were so many times where, we knew we were going to finish it, but it was like, I think I said this in Blooper Reel a lot, but I don't know if people think I was just like marketing or something. Like there were so many times where I was like, oh no, it's not going to do that thing. And it just like cut, hurt me. What's up, Andy?
Hey, is this stepped filter?
Are you doing random ramping?
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of sound like that.
I mean, it's bouncing between high pass and low pass, which is kind of interesting. I mean, you could control that a little in a more interesting way, potentially.
I just think it'd be kind of fun. It's like you do hear those sounds with like sample and hold where it's kind of jumping around.
Right.
You never hear it in a more linear way.
True.
Anyway, I was just about to start getting emo, and what were we? Oh, the next modifier. What a cliffhanger.
Ooh, boy.
Imagine we just changed the subject.
Just never came back to it.
Mark in the Slack.
So good.
Sorry, in the comments, Knobs, you and I really went at it a few times. We did. I mean, that's kind of what I'm alluding to.
You guys went ham, I think, right?
We went ham. We went ham. One conversation I had with Mark that I really liked, I remember it so clearly. We were in the line to get on the plane, and he was just saying that like his personality type is he's like, if something, he'll just like overload sometimes and it doesn't mean anything. And it was just so useful to hear because like this project was stressful for all of us, and like sometimes we would just fight. I mean, not physically, but knowing where Mark was at with it made it better, and we're all pretty like obsessive and wanted it to be awesome. So it's just a lot of hurdles.
Just three guys that want to make something good.
Yeah.
I can never tell if talking about this is interesting for people.
I don't know either.
Who use this pedal, or if it's just really self-indulgent. But whatever. The next modifier that we're gonna make that is mostly done. Okay. One more caveat to build up the suspense even more. Ride the wave, Andy.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we made a decision on this build to just get it out. And I think that does matter for something. It could have been even more deluxe, but we decided not to because we want you to use it right now. All right, fine, I'm done. The new the next modifier that's going to come out is Stopper. It's a way to stop your loops in ways that are not immediately abrupt. So
Ooh.
so on one half of the knob, it will do tape stop, and the sweep of the knob will control how long it takes to come to a full stop.
Nice.
And the other half will do a volume drop, so it fades out like many songs do. And again, you just said how long it takes for that to happen.
And so it'll activate when you turn on the front button, like the drop off.
It's a bit of a unique modifier because it basically, if you move it around while it's on, assuming it's already come to one of those like stopped positions, you're gonna get nothing.
So ramping it isn't necessarily gonna be as much of a thing for that one.
I mean, not unless you're kind of using it like a performance effect where it would have an effect.
Right.
And the effect happens on the descent into stopped and out of stopped. So
okay.
If you could also adjust it so they're different, right? You could have like a quick stop and then like a very slow kind of pitch, bendy climb out of that point. So that's what the next one's going to be. And I think that will be helpful for a lot of people that, like, dating back to the very beginning, I've been hearing about requests for that. And it's kind of an illusion. So without getting too into like the technical parts of Blooper, I'm talking about it more and more. Like, I don't want to confuse people and talk too much about the technical stuff, but like any tape machine, recording and playing happen on two different heads. So like one record head like puts the information into Blooper, and the other one plays it back. And because of all the weird modifiers, sometimes they separate, and the play head will just like jump around and do weird stuff, and the record head will just like keep moving steadily and going about its business. And that's why you can record all of these weird sounds. With Stopper, the play head is stopping, but the record head is moving, so you can actually like record stops into your loop. Like, it's not actually just stopping your loop, so you can still do this kind of additive effects.
Yeah, cool
stuff with it. In short.
So, and when you say tape stop, that's a pitch stop, right? That's a
it's like
pitch drop. Yeah. Okay.
Really using my hands.
Sick. Yeah, and
it's
that's
a good sound.
I was gonna say that's not a standard feature, but that's like a solid feature. And like in my Boomerang has a fade feature. That's like one of the modifiers on it.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
Miles just asked if Stopper can also act as a starter, and yes, it can act as a starter, as Mark Seal just addressed.
Would the functionality of that be? Is it still based on the press of the front and of the pedal? Does that make sense?
Oh wait, that's a good question. So if you like started the loop,
I'm just thinking to do a stop and then a start again consecutively.
It's completely separate from the foot switches. So I mean, that's the only thing is if you stop your loop with the foot switch and then start your loop, that's not gonna do it. It has to be kicked on with the modifier button.
Well, that's what I mean, the modifier button. Like the start versus stop, though. Is it continual presses of that button?
No. You turn it on, it stops. It'll just stay stopped until you press it again. It's essentially like releasing.
Oh, okay.
When you turn it off, it acts as a starter, basically.
That makes a lot of sense. That's very cool.
Yeah. So that's fun. And we do have some other things, maybe near finished. Yeah, but I'm not going to talk about those. There's a chance that those suck, and I'd rather not get people's hopes up. But we do have some things that we've.
I kind of feel like I want to talk about it.
Right. Go ham.
So one request we get a lot for modifiers is to, I hope I'm saying this right, is to have a time stretch that doesn't
go wild,
doesn't affect the pitch, and then the other way around, right? Am I saying that right now?
You are, yeah. So you're separating time and pitch.
So, but we are getting to a point with Blooper where we're it's getting a little crowded with stuff, and Mark's been working on this stuff, and we'd like to get something out there. It might be a little bit what's the word? A little bit friendly. I don't know why I said that.
Of all the words I was expecting, that was not one of them.
But But we kind of just want to we want to put something out there, even if it's not like 100% polished. You know, is that accurate? But I guess the reason I want to say that is because like a lot of people have been asking for that, and we hear you, and like we're trying super hard, and we think it'd be fun too.
I think that's why I brought up the fact that we release this instead of waiting for the next big thing. Is I think it is important for people to know that like we're kind of at a point where we want. I think we're more willing to release things that are like a little bit hairier and maybe not perfect, so you can just use them. You know? Like we still have the beta team testing everything, and we're making sure it's safe, but we kind of trust you guys, and we think that you've all bought this really weird looper for a reason, so we don't need to like sand everything to perfection, and we'd rather just get it out. And with the time stretching stuff, we may not be able to get it as smooth as we like.
As Mark just said, we're running out of CPU and RAM on the hardware that we have, but it might, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I just listened to this podcast the other day where, you know, it's interesting how limitations sometimes can lead to creativity and positive, cool things. So I don't want to rule it out just because we're not going to get it 100% the way we have it in our heads, you know?
Yeah.
It's working. I've used the time stretch modifier and the pitch modifier, and they basically just have like audible, at the moment, like audible refresh. I'm sure all of you have used like pitch shifters that have that sometimes, where you like hear this little interruption. That's what's going on right now, and that's what we're trying to tidy up. But otherwise they work, and yeah, it's pretty rad. So some form of those, now that Joel's told you, are gonna come out.
Well, you know, these people that have Blooper at this point and are listening to us talk about it, you know, they're all in. I want them to be part of the development process, you know.
I like it. I think this whole thing's been a pretty weird journey.
Mm-hmm.
And they're nice to use. It is pretty bizarre to just leave the pitch modifier. I haven't done this with time yet, but it's weird to like pitch shift your loop like all the way up, which I think is just an octave right now, and just leave it overdubbing, because it doesn't change the extremes of your loop. So your loop
that's interesting.
It'll just get higher and higher in pitch, and to the point where it becomes a little gibberishy, but all of the parts are still there.
That's so cool.
It sounds nice. And you can also then just like go the other way and then pitch it down and then record that additively, so you're right back where you started, but it's kind of fallen apart along the way.
Yeah.
Those are
it's like when you JPEG an image for a meme or something, like it's too crisp and you gotta lo-fi it, you know?
That's what we're going for.
Yeah.
JPEGing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you just want to turn up and play for a bit, Andy?
Man, I'm just messing around right now. I got filter sweeping. Well, I was enjoying for a second using filter and stepped pitch at the same time, like this, because previously unable to do this until now. Sweeping filter and pitch at the same time. So I'm celebrating that currently. But it is a bit much. So now we can go to stutter. This is step stutter and filter sweep. I wanted to do a low pass sweep though. I want to go fall instead of rise. Do you want me to start something from scratch?
No.
Okay. Great. So if I was going to take this loop, okay, so one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to one-shot this and apply these effects. So I'm going to hold this down. I'm going to apply these effects to it. And then I want to use Swapper. I want you to walk me through Swapper. Okay. So I also adjusted the update so when you do a one-shot, it turns off the effects. And that's great. I just want to say I appreciate that very much.
Thanks.
Okay, so I put Swapper in bank A2. This is a whole new thing too, to have to, because I've gotten so used to where the modifiers are. That's like muscle memory kind of. So now that I can change them, That's just crazy. Okay, so I love that it still says ham, by the way. Really enjoying that.
It's not going anywhere.
So I just turned Swapper on at noon. So what should be happening when Swapper's at noon?
So when it's at noon, nothing happens until you press overdub, and then it will immediately mute your loop.
Will it mute as long as I'm overdubbing? So if I leave it dubbing, it just wipes it out, which makes sense. Okay. Now what you said, this is a three stage thing, sweep on the knob. So does it's in thirds then. So if I'm in noon, I'm in the middle of the second third of it. Does that make sense?
That's like, you can think of that as one position. It's like the middle position.
Okay. And then this position is the one that involves the threshold, right?
You're on the right hand side, right?
Yeah. Or I'm on the left now. I'm on the counterclockwise
that's the threshold side.
Okay. Oh, I'm still. Oh, okay. Okay. How does it respond to non-transient audio? Let's see.
I love how it's struggling to come back to life.
Ooh, cool. I like that a lot. Oh my gosh. I'm an F. So, and then what's the clockwise position? What
controls how long it takes to fade down to silence.
Okay, so this one I'll try with my attack. I have so much going on. So if I'm at full knob position, is that slowest or fastest? Release. Slowest, okay. I got a lot of distortion on the amp. Oh, I'm ramping this. That's a problem.
Sabotage.
I am sabotaging myself right now. It is absolutely happening. Oh, and also I've printed to the loop some fades, so it's kind of making it hard to pick out. I have it. This is Swapper. Okay. Here's the other interesting thing, Knobs, about my setup is I have control over my send to Blooper by itself. So I can boost it.
You probably should boost it based on what I'm hearing.
That's why I'm gonna go back to this side now. Also, take my playing with a grain of salt because I play super soft. Oh, there we go. That took a long time to come back. Okay. Okay, now that makes sense. That's what's nice about having this in parallel is I get to choose how hot I'm hitting it. And now I have to worry about my gain staging to this too, because since it's threshold based, if I'm sending too hot of a signal, that's going to change how it's responding.
It does take a bit of getting to know, it's a relationship.
That though. Yeah. So I'm sending too hot of a signal. It almost feels like I'm gonna record a bit.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm adding stability too.
That's nummy.
Interesting.
Are
And
you
then we
just
can-
continuing to record stability right now?
No, I'm not recording anymore. It's been on. I'm trying to. It's so interesting because now I got to remember what is what. This is stepped stutter now. But it's like
Just-
catching some of my low filtered parts.
Just a small aside, but I'm seeing a lot of love for Mark Seal in the comments, and it's
Yeah.
really nice to see.
Man, I gotta get to know this. This is fun because, like, I feel like I got real intimate with knowing what the knob is doing in the step sense. Like, I feel like I can just on the knobs like know where this stuff is gonna be. But now I have like 3 new modifiers to figure that out for. Where the sweet spots are, you know? No, okay. Oh, the layers knob. Oh, see, and I can use my iPad to ramp this modifier now, too. So I'll start. So I'm just ramping Mod B on my iPad. I drew in my own thing for it. Interesting.
I'm going to take a little moment to say something because I think it's relevant and you're experiencing it too. Maybe just a little advice is just because you can, don't change all the positions of the modifiers at once. Because we did try and put them in the most logical place.
I agree with that.
Yeah, do I mean, do
Get, I
whatever the
mean,
heck you
yeah,
want,
yeah,
but-
get it how you want it, but yeah, you don't have to get absolutely crazy. I mean, unless you want whatever.
Positions of the modifiers, you mean like in the banks A and B?
Yeah, I just think consistency is nice. And,
Oh, yeah.
And part of the reason that part of me was reluctant to include this feature at all is I think knowing where things are is more valuable than complete customization. Like if you suddenly don't know what the heck to do with your blooper, it's not very useful. So
Andy,
just saying.
Andy,
what's up?
Alex is asking us if it's possible if you can share the
the app.
Well, the template you made for the app.
Oh, this isn't a template. It's literally just an app called Ribbon, RIBN. I think it was $4 in the App Store, and it just sends MIDI CCs, and you draw in your own waveforms with your finger. You just tell it what MIDI CC to send to. And I've got a Bluetooth device, a little Bluetooth MIDI thing under my pedal board that's plugged into the Chase Bliss MIDI box, which is then plugged via TRS into MIDI pedals, and then I'm controlling them with this.
That's like the same price as a latte.
$4 and an iPad is what you need. So
yeah, and then the Bluetooth,
and then the Bluetooth, and then the pedals, the Chase
but
Bliss
it's like
audio
a latte.
pedal.
It's like a latte.
It's like a latte. Just don't go to Starbucks once, and you can do it, right? That's why millennials don't have healthcare because they're buying lattes.
Yep.
Is that really how you say latte, Joel? Were you like embellishing it?
Oh,
I think that's how I say it.
wait.
Oh,
What's
now I kinda feel bad.
how
I
do
thought
you
were
say
being
it?
silly.
How do you?
Wait, how do you say it?
No, never.
No, come on,
never
come on, come on.
mind.
Hold on,
Never
hold on.
mind. I feel like
Latte.
a jerk. I thought you were doing a thing.
No.
No, I wasn't.
We were about to find a quirky difference between Canadians and Americans, but you're denying us that.
Ah, shoot.
I don't want to do it. Do we have to? Latte.
I thought
Wait,
that's
you
what
just
I
said it
said.
the same
I
way
thought
we
that's
said
what
it.
I said.
We don't have to make a whole thing about it.
All
we all
right,
say ham the
let's just
same way.
Use ham.
We all say roof the same way.
Mm-hmm.
We all say sorry the same way.
Mm-hmm. Except we don't say process the same way. Knob says process.
Process.
Huh.
We live in different countries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Things are different.
Feelings are international. Smiles.
It is. I just want to say, with what you're saying about the modifiers to it, in a creative sense, like I feel a bit destabilized right now. Like I can't do as much with Blooper currently as I could 2 hours ago. But that's a good thing. But it just means I have to get it together and like decide on something and move forward with it, rather than swap it around a bunch like you're saying.
Yeah, in my opinion, I feel like this feature is more for people that have been like, ooh, I wish I could use this modifier with this modifier.
Yeah.
Than for
And
everyone
that's a lot of people, though, to be honest. I feel like that's a common request.
Yeah, totally. It's more like if you have a need for it, do it. Otherwise, maybe consider doing it just a little bit.
I mean, what I hear a lot is somebody will be like, I want, the filter to be separate from.
And that I'm one of those people.
Yeah, so this just gives you a way to really put the filter in a spot that it makes the most sense for your workflow.
Yeah, exactly. How's everybody feeling? I'm feeling very comfortable. I feel like I've stopped really caring how things are going, and I'm just drinking. But we're still here. We're still together. So
yeah.
Are you all just kind of watching us do stuff, or does anyone have needs? Do any of you have needs? I feel like every live stream kind of hits this moment, or many of them do. It's just like, well, we're still here. Still says ham on the screen.
I think it's completely appropriate.
Yeah. Alex, the 2.0 update, there was one kind of overflow headroom issue that got sorted out. But other than that, I mean, Blooper was perfect, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Shout out to Devin Doherty.
Russell, feels good. The most he's hung out with anyone in 6 months.
Yeah,
dude. I feel that, man. Evan, good night, sweet prince. I want you to have a really nice rest tonight and have sweet dreams. And I want you to know that I care about you and I love you, even though we've never met.
Joel means that too.
Steve Childs, the alternate banks are simply places you can put modifiers. And there's a dip switch, obviously, you know that. Or maybe you don't, maybe you're seeing it on the firmware. Those alt banks can be accessed by dip switches, so you can quickly access more modifiers or different arrangements of modifiers.
DC 9 volt says, I'd like to know if latency has improved, and I'd like him to expand on that. Are you talking about stability? So there's really like the latency of the loops themselves are like really negligible. Anyway.
I haven't found latency to be an issue in my use.
Yeah, I mean, it's really like we're talking like it's not a thing, as far as like normal looping stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I like the Q&A thing. So I'm gonna try to answer all the questions.
I'm just trying to mess around over here.
So Brian asked if sample import will be coming. Unfortunately,
that's what your guitar does.
Yeah, we decided that just wasn't in the cards. So in regards to latency, though, there is latency if you turn the stability up, just the nature of stability, because it introduces a little bit of a delay to like do the warbling. But I mean, that's like on the playback, So if like, let's say you're synced to like some kind of a beat and then you turn stability up, it's going to start to get not on the beat. But sometimes it can be like really cool in that way.
Should we just tell everybody everything we're going to do for the next release?
Yeah, let's do it.
Just really trying to keep everyone's attention. We are going to have a slider for the amount of stability noise.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
We are going to have consult the notes. Do you remember what we were going to do, Joel?
So the slider noise is a good one because everyone kind of has their preference. I can look at the Slack though.
I think that's about it. and the time stretch. And I think it would be convenient to have a download all button for your save loops. But that's just more of a little improvement.
I'm using what am I using? I'm using Swapper over here a bit.
Are you on the fade side?
I'm on the right side. Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, yeah, this is interesting to talk about. So Mark said that this was a cool idea from Tiernan. He said, I asked this earlier, maybe I missed the answer. Could we ever mix a bunch of layers down to one layer in the box and just start layering again? I mean that would be cool. I think that I don't know if we could do that. We'd probably have to talk about it offline.
Wait, so what's the? Can you repeat
so
that?
let's just say you have like 8.
It's basically just down
layers. Yeah, and you just want to bounce that and just like put it all down to one layer and then start like working
Take
again.
your layer 8 and turn it into layer 1.
Yeah.
Is really.
It's kind of I remember someone said that on the Reddit, and I was like, oh, that was a cool idea, you know. But I don't know if it's something at some point when you develop a product, it might not be a thing where like we look back and say, oh, I don't know if we can actually add that, you know. But it's a really cool idea.
Have you talked to Mark about it?
Mark was yeah, we're talking to him about it right now. He just said cool idea, but we're ahead of him like a minute. So, but I'm also thinking like how, you know, obviously there would be some kind of a thing I would need to tell Mark to do that, or it would be, you know, I'm thinking of a way that the user would have to tell Mark's processor to do that, and then, you know, my processor might not know how many layers there are, you know, so it might be like a weird sync thing. It's like if you went from 8 layers to 1 layer, my processor might think it's still 8 or something, you know.
Yeah, that's a weird.
I like the idea though. I just don't know if it's feasible with our hardware.
Should we talk about the hardware stuff? Is that boring? Just trying to give some insight. We're here.
Yeah.
Real quick, it's really interesting to me that when you're overdubbing with Swapper on, like, well, I mean, I know that's the nature of the modifier, but your old stuff disappears when you play. But it just changing the way my brain is thinking about overdubbing. Because that's not, because you're overdubbing, but you're replacing instead of overdubbing. I don't know. I like it. It's a different path we can go with the signal. That's all.
It's deceptively simple. It's really, like I said, there's no way you could tell any other looper that that's your intention, right? Like it's truly a new option that takes advantage of bloop stuff.
Does this sound good to you?
Yeah. I see that Lilitone, I think it's pronounced Lilitone, is in the chat, and they're also doing really, really cool stuff with Blooper and make some fun music.
Oh my gosh, and now I have filter to use with the step speed. Oh, that's all I've ever wanted, guys.
Sounds great.
That's cool.
Just to get like super real with y'all on the mixdown thing, because it seems like everyone, including ourselves, is kind of excited about it. One thing that's a little bit problematic is that I have a processor that I wrote the code on, you know, for Blooper, that's not updatable, whereas Mark's is updatable with the USB. So we would have to figure out a clever way to, I mean, the biggest thing I'm kind of held up on in my head is if you have 8 layers and then you mix down to 1 layer, my processor still thinks that there's 8 layers, so we would have to figure out I don't know if that's surmountable or not, but oftentimes we think stuff's impossible and then we think about it more and it we figure it out. So
It's a puzzle.
So Chris says, without an import, it's not possible to re-import a previously saved session, but you can just keep your saved session on there, right?
I see what he's saying. He's saying, like, you can save up to 16 loops, dump them, delete them, or replace them. And yeah, it's kind of a one-way street.
Yeah.
It's for the same reason that Joel's describing, is if you import a loop, his processor just won't know. It won't know how many layers there are, and
it sounds to me like Mark's processor is just way better than yours, Joel.
Yeah, my processor is mostly just like doing like the legwork. That's just like it just like shouts stuff at Mark's processor, like the position of knobs and toggles and stuff.
Like if I'm gonna hang out with a processor, I'm probably gonna want to hang out with Mark's.
That's
to be
totally
honest.
fair. Honestly, that's totally
like to
fair.
get a beer or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yours doesn't sound that cool.
I mean, mine's I don't know.
it's bossy.
Yeah. It yells a lot.
Small-minded, it's just not gonna grow.
Dude, it works hard though.
Okay, well,
Here's a key difference is Mark's processor doesn't encourage physical touch. Joel's processor is cuddlier, and you can touch it, and it appreciates that.
Kelly's telling me to come home.
Well, you got a steak salad.
No. Just kidding.
I really feel like we've taken this to its natural conclusion, maybe even past it. Hey, I think this has been a wild success.
Yeah, this has been super fun.
I'm so glad so many of you came and stuck around, and I hope you're liking the firmware. I hope you're using it right now.
Can we have a button to buy Mark a beer?
Ooh.
That would be a nice update.
A beer button. This is great. I'm doing step stutter over here.
DC9V following up on the latency. He hasn't played it yet, but yeah, there's really no latency for what we're doing here,
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
This was fun, and if this was useful and you want us to do more stuff, we can do it again. Not so tough. Bring your.
This is what I made with the firmware. This is what you can make with this firmware.
This could be you.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's really nice, Andy. I like that.
Thank you.
I'm not just saying that. It's nice.
Let's destabilize it a bit.
Ooh.
Ah.
That's really nice.
Great stuff. That's pretty good.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
And then you add a... Yeah. That's something, huh?
That turned out better than I thought it was gonna. Don't know why I'd ever doubt you, Andy.
Listen, I can roll a turd in glitter anytime you want. Caden, oh my god. Let's
Hey, that sounded really, really good.
Yeah, that was nice.
Andy.
Thanks. Hey, your wonderful creation aided me in that so much. And I enjoyed my time making it.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for helping me to convince Joel to make this pedal.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean,
integral.
You knobs are the guy here. I'll say that even with Joel present.
That's true. I've given him my company basically, and so far so good.
Yeah,
you've said it in public.
No, Knobs, this is your baby, and it's a really good baby. Like when I'm ranking babies, this is high up on my list of babies.
Tough to rank babies though. Hurts people's feelings.
Yeah, but hey, when it comes to this one, I think you gotta hurt some feelings. Put it high up on that list.
It takes a
village, right? Yep.
That's what they say.
To raise a blooper.
It takes a mark. Takes a mark seal.
And we got to meet a lot of the village today on this stream. Thanks to Knobs. This was great.
Mark's dropping the quips in the chat too. Very harmonious.
Dang, yeah.
That might be the comment of the
Timmy
live stream.
Timmy has made some very cool sounds with Blooper.
Timmy rocks.
Yeah. Should we just do this
here
more?
earlier.
We should just do this
feeling
more.
Motivated. Yeah.
Yes, Mike.
Knobs
is, and I welcome our new overlords. Our new overlord.
I'm here to stay, Mike.
I'm gonna make
like
it
a kettle whistling.
Here, I'll make it. I don't know how many octaves down this is.
Thanks. I appreciate that, Miles. No way, I'm no foul. All right, I seriously better get going.
Yeah, eat that salad.
I got salad.
Let's do this en masse. Thanks for playing
do
us
this
out,
more
Andy.
often.
Yeah, I'll just say this: if either of you two do a stream, I'm there. If you want me there.
Well, we couldn't do it. Couldn't do it without you.
Well, that's
I
not
kind of
true.
mean that. Like that sounded a little hollow, but you're like my security blanket.
I'm here for you, my brother.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys. We still got a bunch of the guests in the just hanging too. It feels good. It feels good. Nice little cozy community. Thanks for sticking with us. And yeah, I guess we'll just do this on the next firmware update.
Yeah.
Sweet. Love you guys. I love everybody.
Love you too.
See you real soon.
Blopper.
Blooper, bleeper, blopper, bloop.
Okay.
Did Joel just leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's kind of forcing our hand. Good night, Andy.
Yeah, good night, buddy. Thanks.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, am I on the stream by myself? Hold on. Wait, am I on the stream by myself? Can I do whatever I want? Hold on. Surely that's not the case, right? Surely I'm not here by myself on Knobs' YouTube channel. I better not do anything.